Alright, hello everyone and welcome. How you doing? DSP here on the stream. It is Monday, beginning of a brand new week. August 15th, 2016. We are heading into the second half of August, ladies and gentlemen. At least today is kind of the tipping point. It's 31 days in August, so it's technically kind of the middle of today is considered the second half of August. And welcome to my gameplay stream for today, which will be, yes, the continuation of Scarface for around another 3 to 3.5 hours. And the good news is, the game picked up in a big way yesterday. Finally, we're outside of those initial entry point areas. We have left the mainland Miami. We're out on an island right now doing some fun stuff, and it seems like it's going to pick up a little bit. I have purchased a lot of fast travel and fast cars and stuff like that that should make the game a lot more, let's say a lot more bearable. I know that up to now, just raising funds to progress on with the story and stuff has been a little bit of a grind, and it could be a little boring in parts, although hearing me rage at the frustration of losing a lot of money and stuff I know can be entertaining. For the most part, people want to see progression, and I understand that. So it seems like we will finally get that after a while now, right? So that's good. I think today will be actually a much better session of Scarface than, say, yesterday's, okay? So that we got that. Later today, I'll be working on more No Man's Sky for about 2 hours. That will not be live streamed, but I will record it and upload it to DSPGaming. You know, have that playthrough ongoing. Probably do another 2 to 3 sessions of that this week until I kind of solidify my feelings about the game. I'm really hoping that, you know, as I progress on with this game, that I get to a point where something else interesting is happening that is notable and, you know, not just kind of more of the same. But I guess we'll find out. I gotta keep playing. I have to keep playing, right? So that is today's kind of rough schedule. If you want a full schedule for this week, please check out my weekend preview video, which I released last night over on my vlogging channel, The King of Hate Vlogs, which you can see right here on the title screen. Okay, explained fully what I'm trying to do this week. Really, the only new release this week is Hitman gets a new episode tomorrow, and that's going to be tomorrow's gameplay stream. So I'm excited for that. Episode 4. I guess we'll find out how that is, you know, upon release. It's been a while since I played Hitman. I mean, it's been a good 2-3 months, right? I'm actually trying to remember when the last episode of Hitman released. I think it was, actually, was it late May? I don't remember, but it's been a long time, so it's a good time for a new episode. I'm happy that that's coming out tomorrow. And then later this week, I'm going to need some help, some advice, some recommendations from you, the viewers. Because later this week, once I'm wrapping up my coverage of Scarface, which, you know, from all reports, it will probably be maybe 3 more streams. You know, today, and then maybe like Wednesday, and then maybe Thursday or Friday, I may be getting near the end of the game, which leaves a few days opened for me. I really don't have any plans after Scarface is done until the new games come out on Tuesday, August 23rd. So if I have a few extra days, I'm wondering what I should do. And I've been, you know, last night in the weekend preview, I opened this up to discussion. I said, what would people like to see me play? And there's been some interesting, some very interesting opinions on this, okay? Some people say, I want to see you play a survival horror style game, and I've gotten some interesting suggestions in regards to that. Some people are saying, no, you should try out maybe a game like a classic platformer like Spyro, that's a shorter game. Some people have said, just try this game completely, you know, out of left field. There's been a lot of suggestions. A lot of suggestions that people are tossing out there. And I'm curious to hear more. So if you have any suggestions of, you know, a game that maybe I could play within a couple days or a few days, all right? Or if it is a longer game, keep in mind it would have to be a game that I play for a few days and goes on hold until, say, early September. Yeah, I need your feedback. Your feedback is key. It helps me to formulate my decisions. In fact, it was based off of, you know, a poll that I had held last week is the reason why I'm playing Scarface, because I saw that there was a lot of interest in some people seeing me play a game like Scarface. So, yeah, I see people in the stream chat are bringing up other games too. Manhunt was actually one that a lot of people brought up. A game that I've never played, Manhunt. I never played it. I don't know what it, you know, how it would be. I don't know. So anyway, that's what's going on right now in regards to me, my gaming schedule, and all of that. Next week, things will pick up a big time with Deus Ex and King of Fighters 14. I'm expecting to get two completely different kinds of visual crowds coming in to see, me check out these games. Very much looking forward to both. I'm a longtime fan of King of Fighters. I've played them since the original game back in arcades in the early 1990s. Yeah, that was actually one of the games. I played King of Fighters 94, 95, 96, 97, and 98, all in arcades. And then after that, I started getting them on console, although I wasn't as much of a fan in the 2000s of the King of Fighters series. But I'm curious to see what they're going to do with this new one. It's been quite a while since there's been a new one. So this could be quite interesting. And of course, Deus Ex, come on. Deus Ex Human Revolution was great. It was a very unique game, lots of different elements, combat, stealth, RPG, all combined, put together into a great game. And I'm very much looking forward to, playing this next one, Mankind Divided. It's been a long time since we played a Deus Ex, and I'm expecting a lot of good things. Let's put it that way. If it's anywhere like the last one, I'm definitely expecting a lot of good things. So, next week will be awesome. But we got to get there, okay? Really, the only thing that I have to talk about on pre-stream today before we get to the plugs, it is official, ladies and gentlemen. The news has been officially released and confirmed. Final Fantasy 15 is delayed. 2 months. Just like all the rumors said, all the information was absolutely true. Final Fantasy 15 is no longer coming out on September 30th, 2016, but instead is now coming out on November 29th, 2016. Which means quite a lot of things. First of all, it obviously means there's something up with the game that they need to delay it 2 months at the very last minute. Keep in mind how much they have at stake. They actually timed the release of web series animations and animated movies. They timed all this supplementary content to come out with the release for a September 30th release date, and now all of that is shot. All that content is going to come out early, and people are going to have to sit and wait for 2 months for the actual game to actually be released. So when that kind of timing, all right, you know that there's something big going on behind the scenes with this game that they would actually risk delaying it 2 months after all that planning, all right? I don't know what it is. They're claiming, Square Enix is claiming, oh, we want to put the day one patch on the disc so no one has to sit there for hours installing a giant day one patch. Bullshit. That's absolute and utter bullshit. That's the most BS excuse I've ever heard, because if you're delaying it 2 months, that just means there's going to be 2 more months of patches on day one anyway. I guarantee you there will be a day one downloadable patch for Final Fantasy 15 regardless. That is the most PR spin of damage control I've ever heard in my life, and they must think that we're all incredibly dumb if we're going to believe that. That's not the reason they delayed this game, alright? But anyway, now what's happening here, Final Fantasy 15 is being pulled out of a relatively dead time. There were pretty much no games that would have competed with Final Fantasy 15 in that time frame. I mean, earlier that week there were games like Forza, XCOM 2, and Sonic Boom, and the week after was Mafia 3. There was nothing that was going to compete with Final Fantasy 15 in late September. Now, being released in late November, you've got Pokemon Sun and Moon releasing 2 weeks prior. You've got Persona 5 releasing just prior in Japan, which is basically Final Fantasy 15's major competition, and they're positioning themselves to come out at a time when everyone in Japan will already be playing Persona 5, which could be a kiss of death. And then the week after that, you've got South Park: The Stick of Truth, which most Western audiences, though most mainstream Western gamers, are going to go for South Park over Final Fantasy 15 at this point. So, I don't know what they're thinking, but I don't work for Square Enix. So, all I do is I give you my opinion. I think that they're making a huge mistake. I don't know what it is that's so wrong with this game that they're delaying it. I think they should delay it until early 2017. I really do. I firmly believe that. They should look at the release schedule for early 2017 and release the game like January. That would be perfect. January is almost always a completely dead month for gaming. They'll do what they want. They'll do what they want. Whatever. I shrug, whatever. But it's official. Which is hilarious because all the attacks that I got yesterday for making a vlog on the King of Hate vlogs regarding Final Fantasy as a franchise, how it's been in decline, how both 13 and 14 have actively hurt the franchise, and now 15's delay, how long it took for this game to be developed, and now it's getting delayed again. It's just going to hurt it even further, and I got massive backlash, tons of dislikes, attacks on social media, everyone saying I'm a drama queen, I have no evidence, and then it was confirmed overnight that the game was delayed, and I was right. And now all of a sudden, I'm not getting anything. Wow. No one is coming to me and saying, wow, Phil, you're wrong. Gee, I wonder why. I'm just saying, maybe people should fucking listen instead of being such fanboys that they close their eyes, they stick their fingers in their ears, they ignore all the evidence around them, they go, no, 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 it's not going to happen, and then it happens. Whatever. But anyway, it's official. We'll see what happens in the long run, and we'll go from there. All right? So anyway, that's really it. I think it's time to just do the little plug segment, and then we'll get started with Scarface gameplay, okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you for watching my gameplay streams, for watching my on-demand videos, for everything. August has been good. August has been pretty good, and it's definitely better than July was, that's for sure. July was an incredibly slow month. At least August, we've had some new stuff. We've had fun downtime projects like Sonic 2006, you know. So I'm happy, I'm pleased, and I hope that you're enjoying all the stuff that I'm putting out this month for you. If you like everything that I'm doing, there's many things that you could do outside of just watching my videos that will definitely help me in my business and allow me to continue doing this full-time in the style that I do it, which is very different from most other people. Number one, please spread the word. Tell your friends, tell anyone who you know who likes gaming about me, about the way that I do stuff. Let them know how I'm different, right? And, you know, word of mouth is key to success. At least for me, someone who just does it by myself. I don't have cross-promotion. I don't have collaboration. I don't have a giant advertising budget. That's the way that the word can get out about my stuff, all right? You could always check the description of my videos and streams for a bunch of information, but notably in there is a discount code for Loot Crate, who I am partnered with. And if you use my discount code, save me 10 DSP, for any new Loot Crate subscription, including Loot Anime, Loot Gaming, or the standard Loot Crate, or anything that they do, you can save 10% on any new subscription. And by the way, later this month, I will be unboxing Loot Anime for the very first time over on my vlogging channel. So that'll be fun, all right? Please follow me on Twitter, @TheyCallMeDSP, where you can get critical, timely, important information about what I'm doing, my thoughts on certain things that are going on. Every night, I release an updated schedule so you know what's going on the next day and in the near future. I post up pictures and fun stuff on there to share with everyone. I have discussions. Social media interaction is key to success in this day and age. I know that now, and I certainly hope that you will check it out. If you're already following me on Twitter, please consider retweeting and or, you know, liking or faving tweets that you find interesting and or important. You know, the more interaction that I get on social media, the more widespread appeal I get and the more reach I have, and that's important to success as well. KO Gaming is my channel, my relatively new channel, created earlier this year for edited style content, including in-depth game reviews, retrospectives, countdowns, first impressions, all kinds of stuff. Most recently, last week, after playing No Man's Sky for about 8 hours, I released a video of my initial thoughts and an early review. People are loving this video. It has almost 30,000 views and growing. It's getting about 5,000 new views a day, if not more. So check that out over on youtube.com/KOGaming1. The next video coming up on that channel will be a Sonic 2006 retrospective video regarding my playthrough of the game, which I just completed a week ago. So you should like that video, especially if you liked the playthrough, okay? And then, of course, there will be reviews for all the hot new games coming up this fall gaming season, so you're definitely going to want to check that out if you haven't yet, all right? Okay. Patreon, at patreon.com/DarksidePhil. If you really want to go the extra mile to support myself and my efforts to continue to do this full-time on YouTube, Patreon is the way to do it. Your monthly pledges directly help me to pay my bills and be able to continue doing this in the long term as an occupation and a job, okay? Now, it's not just about pledging because you want to see me continue to do this, but you get stuff for it as well, such as getting text or verbal thank yous in my videos, getting your questions answered on my bi-monthly show, Ask the King, maybe getting a private Q&A video made. But in particular, this month is important because this month we have a monthly goal set that if we hit the funding level for this month, which at this point is just under $200 additional that need to be pledged, if we hit that goal, it's going to be a full playthrough of one of these 3 games. Either Jak 3, Banjo-Kazooie, or Crash 3 Warped. And it will take place in September, which, by the way, September is now looking to be a much slower month than typical Septembers because of all these games being delayed and such. So it'll be a perfect time for it. Alright? Now, the reason I bring this up is because if you pledge $5 by the end of August, you'll be able to vote. And you'll directly contribute to which game will be played in a full playthrough. Alright? And I see every day when I bring this up on pre-stream, people go crazy in the stream chat about, oh, I want to see this one, I want to see this one. You know? If you pledge $5, you'll have direct control. I don't think people understand how much control people who pledge $5 have. I mean, it's really an ongoing project, right? That's going to take hours and hours of my time, and it's worth it. It is worth it to pledge and contribute to make that game happen if that's the one you want to see happen, okay? So please consider pledging by the end of this month. Like I said, under $200 needed to hit that goal and make that playthrough happen. It's definitely reachable with the 2+ weeks that we have left in the month. I definitely think that it's doable. I guess we'll see what happens as time moves on, but please consider pledging. All right, and then last but not least, ladies and gents, my girlfriend Leanna has her own business, The Black Current, where she sells handmade glycerin soaps and wax tar melts. You can find it there at etsy.com/shop/The Black Current. She's been in operation for over 1.5 years now. She's sold over 500 sales. And we're not just talking domestically in the United States. She ships to Canada. She ships to Australia, to Europe. She's shipped all over the world. Her soaps are great. Better quality than what you get in the stores. 9 times out of 10, what you buy in the store today isn't even considered soap anymore. It's a beauty bar or detergent bar because it doesn't even have the main components of soap in it, which is why it's bad for your skin. This stuff is glycerin-based. It's good for your skin. It leaves it feeling healthy and smooth. And by the way, it smells great. I can attest because I shower with this stuff. I just used last night in the shower, and I love her soap. It makes me feel so much better than I actually ever did before I started using this high-grade soap. And then, of course, she sells wax tart melts, which are a great alternative to a scented candle, a lot safer. But don't take my word for it. Check out the website. Everyone who's ordered from her has left positive feedback, and that's not an exaggeration. You can see for yourself. Go check it out. All the customer testimonials to how good her stuff is. And it's not just about, oh, that's a girly present. You'll be surprised. Go check out some of this feedback. People who were viewers of ours and stuff from our streams tried out the product and loved it, okay? So check it out, and thanks to those who have purchased them before. Alrighty. Alright. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much for watching. I definitely appreciate your viewership. Thanks for being a little patient here. And now, without further ado, I think it's time for us to begin with the continuation of Scarface. Alright, thanks everyone. And let us begin with Scarface.